Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm pretty excited for this video because I'm going to be doing 3 looks with one palette, and that is the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette, which just looks like this. It is a really beautiful fun color scheme, and this is in my Shop My Stash for the month of April, so I really wanted to go ahead and get a 3 looks using this palette up. I have been using it a ton off camera, but I haven't been doing as many tutorials or looks for YouTube, so I figured, you know, if there was ever a good month to do it with this palette, it would be during the month that I chose to Shop My Stash and really dive into this. So in today's video, I am going to be doing 2 dramatic looks and 1 simple look. Obviously the simple one is what I'm wearing right now to do the introduction to the video. I thought I would go ahead and just quickly mention, so that there is no confusion, that this palette originally had 4 neutral shades up top, and the brand decided to go ahead and revamp it, and they changed these 2 shades. I think it was a light tan and a light pink, and they switched it out to this beautiful duochrome, kind of like orangey pink, and this teal shade. And I think that is really beautiful, but I personally really loved the pink shade that was originally right here, so I decided to go ahead and keep that in the palette rather than one of the more tan neutral shades, so that pink is here now. So if you were to buy the palette in the past, you would not have these 2 shades unless you did the thing with the brand where you paid for shipping and then they sent them to you for free. But if you buy the palette now, you will have these 2 shades, but you won't have this pink. You'll have like a more tan type of shade. So I just wanted to mention that really quickly because, you know, this palette is a little bit customized towards me, but that's the only shade that's missing. And I mean, it kind of makes sense that they took it out. It does show up on me because I'm super fair, but I could see it not working on every single skin tone. But I do like that to kind of bridge the gap between some of these brighter shades and make it a little bit easier to blend for me. So I just wanted to let you know, because my palette doesn't look like any of the palettes available and it's a little bit different, but basically you got it. So I think that's everything I had to say, except for the fact that during my April Shop My Stash review, I will be reviewing this palette and giving my full thoughts on it. So if you are curious to hear like what I think about the formula and the pigmentation and all that kind of stuff, that will be in my April Shop My Stash review. So now let's go ahead and jump on into the looks. Alright, so I'm starting off with Wolfing, this teal matte shade, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw that through my crease. And I'm going to focus first on blending it out and doing a nice little transition, and then I will build it up. Adding one more quick layer, but you can see these blend and build so beautifully. Now I'm taking this matte purple called Allium, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on my outer V starting off, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and slowly just build that up, and then I'm going to bring it into my crease. Alright, so I kind of just threw it in my crease there, and then I'm going to go back in with the previous brush and just blend over that. Might have to go ahead and add a little bit more of the teal on top. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And just go back and forth between those 2 shades. I'm taking some of the teal on the denser brush to really help blend that out. I'm going to go into the shade Alpha, and I'm going to go ahead and like bring that along my lower lash line, just because I haven't played with this shade very much. Just going to buff it out a little bit. I'm going to really quickly go ahead and just cut my crease. Alright, I'm going to go in with a touch more of the purple, literally just the tiniest amount, and just like dabbing that onto the outer V here, just making sure it's all blended in. Now taking this metallic pink called Pack Leader, I'm going to go ahead and put that all over the lid. I'm honestly kind of obsessed with this shade. Again, just taking another little touch of the purple and just making sure that it's all blended in. Quickly, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes and some liner, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, just a few more steps to finish off today's look. So I'm going to go into the Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Ballet Baby, which is like a really light, pretty pink, sparkly shade. I thought that that would be fun to pop on the inner corner today. Because I feel like, I mean, you can kind of, you know, do more interesting inner corner colors with the palette, but there's not really a true lighter shade, so I figured I would incorporate other things into these looks. So just popping some of that on. Kind of just throw it on at first, and then I'll go in with a little pencil brush and blend it out. I don't know why this color story is giving me like 80s and 90s like exercise like leotards vibes. For highlight today, I'm going to use Wet n Wild Sweetest Bling, which was discontinued, but it's just like a lighter pink shade. And then for lips today, I'm going to go into the Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Taurus. And then I'm just topping that with the Tarte Insta-Famous gloss. Alright, so this is the finished first look using the Menagerie Feral palette, and I really love how this turned out. I feel like this is kind of an unexpected color scheme. Like, you don't look at the palette and immediately, like, or I personally don't look at the palette and immediately draw into these colors, but I think that they actually ended up working out really well together. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's go ahead and jump on into look number 2. Okay, so the second look is going to be extremely simple, fast, easy, everyday look using the palette. I did go ahead and just prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. 9 times out of 10, it's either the P. Louise base or something thicker, but whenever I do a super simple look, I've been trying to use my Urban Decay one up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the palette. I'm going to start off with the pinky shade right here, which is the old Harmonia, I believe. I'm taking that on a really fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and buff that through the crease. I'm also going to go ahead and just lightly take that same shade along the lower lash line. Now I'm taking this pink here called Wisteria. I'm actually taking that on the same brush, and I'm just going to blend that a little bit lower down, not even taking that much product. I just want to kind of sheer this shade out a little bit. You can build this pink up and make it pretty vibrant, but I just want it to be super, super soft. I'm also taking a touch of that shade along the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take this orange here called Mariposa, and I'm going to use just a little bit of that and just circle it on my outer V. Again, I'm going with just a tiny bit of product. You can make this more vibrant, but I just want a super sheer application. I am slowly adding just a tiny bit more color, but I am being super soft and just blending as I add it. I'm going to take my previous brush and just blend that out a little bit more. I'm taking just a touch of Mariposa on like the outer part of my lower lash line here, and then just blending it out with the previous pencil brush. Now I'm going to take Harmonia, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that all over my lid. I'm taking a kind of fluffier packing brush, and I'm going to kind of apply that over the lid, and I'm going to blend it into the other shades, and then I'll use my finger in just a second to make it a little bit more intense. Of course, if you didn't want an intense shimmer, you could just leave it like this. Alright, quickly off camera, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some mascara and liner, and I'll be right back. Alright, for highlighter today, I'm going to be taking a mix of 2 Becca highlighters. I'm going to start off with Champagne Pop, which just looks like this, and I'm going to use this kind of as like a blush topper slash like all over glow type of product. Just going to throw this on like right here. Just taking the tiniest amount. And I'm going to go ahead and take a touch of Moonstone, which is like a lighter pale gold. And I'm going to put that right at the tops of my cheekbones. And then for lipstick, I'm going to go into the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Gloss in the shade Naked Cherry. Alright, so this is the finished look, and like I said, very, very simple, but I feel like it's perfect for spring, and it's super easy to do, and that duochrome all over the lid is really beautiful, and it kind of adds a little bit more of like I tried a little bit harder for this look kind of vibe, even though it really didn't. It took me like less than 10 minutes. So that is everything for look number 2. Now let's go ahead and jump into the third look. Gonna start off with this yellow here called Night Eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in my crease. Just gonna start off by blending it upwards, and then I'll build it up. I'm gonna go ahead and take that shade Night Eyes along the lower lash line, and I'm gonna kind of bring it down a little bit. Now I'm going to dip into this green right here called Fenris, and I'm going to go ahead and start this off in my outer V, and then I'm also going to put it into the inner part of my eye right here, and this just going to blend that in circular motions. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I did a halo eye. And then as I blend it out, I'm going to go ahead and add some more, just to build it up a little bit. And then when I have barely any product left on the brush, I just kind of blend up a little bit higher and kind of blend between right here. I'm also going to take a touch of that on the outer part of my eye right here, on the lower lash line, and then the inner part, just mirroring what I did on top. I'm going to go back in with a lot more yellow, just because I really love that pop, and I'm just gonna blend over the edge here, just kind of make it a little bit brighter. Now dipping into this green shade here called Ivy. I'm picking up just the tiniest amount, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that to further deepen the outer V, and the inner corner. I'm going to go back in with that previous blending brush that I used for the lighter matte green shade, and I'm just going to blend out those edges because they're a little bit harsh right now, and make this a whole lot softer. Also taking a touch of that shade Ivy onto the lower lash line, and then taking a touch more yellow and starting off in the middle just to brighten that up, and then I'm going to blend out the rest of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this metallic green right here called Huanchera, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to go ahead and pop that onto the center of the lid. I have so much yellow in my inner corner, which I did not mean to do, but I think I'm actually going to roll with it. I'm going to grab some more of that yellow shade Night Eyes, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. I would not have thought of this, I don't think, but I saw Lady Katie Marie on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below. She's done some beautiful looks with this palette, and she used this as an inner corner highlight, and it was so beautiful, so I figured I would go ahead and try that today. That looks a little crazy. Oh gosh. Man, I feel like that's so pigmented. I want to like go back in with even more on like every other part of yellow I did on my eye today. I'm going to pop just a touch of the Stila Gold Goddess Glitter and Glow Shadow onto the inner corner. Okay, I haven't used this shade in forever, and it kind of feels dried out. What the heck? No. Alright, quickly off camera, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eyes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so just to catch you up real quick, I added the lemon liner from Ardency into my waterline to add a little yellow pop, and then I used a black gel liner, and I did like a quick little line, and I went over that with Ivy in the palette just to make it green, because I thought that kind of, you know, it went with the look. And then I added some mascara. I was going to do lashes, but I'm like, you know, it's fine. I don't need lashes. I feel like this is a bold look, but it's fine without lashes. I just threw on mascara. I got my little baby lashes going on, and it's fine. So now let's go ahead and do highlighter. So I'm going to use the Pixi by Petra Subtle Sunrise highlight, which looks like this. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with this deeper shade and use it as a blush topper, and then I'm going to use the gold shade as my actual highlighter. And then my décolletage is showing, so I obviously have to go ahead and add a little bit of highlighter here as well. Kind of obsessed with highlighting my shoulders currently. And then for lipstick, I'm going to go ahead and use the Conjure Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Bouquet. Alright guys, so this is the finished third look using the palette, and I really love how it turned out. I feel like these yellows and greens are so fun together, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely let me know down below so I can do more like this, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!